What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to life at the Hamids. I hope you've been well. It's actually not that chilly today, even though the weather is miserable. It's misty, foggy, but it's not too cold. It is 12 degrees, but I think because there's no wind, it's actually not that bad. It's manageable. So today's video, I'm going to be basically planting my garlic bulbs, getting those in, and I'll do that on a time lapse. I'm also going to give you a tour quickly of everything that's been going on since the bonfire, and let's actually check if that fire did kill off the roots or what's left to basically deal with. So we'll have a look at that, and I've got to do a few other things. I've still not thinned out my seedlings, so they're growing, and I need to thin them out so they've got some space and they're not competing with each other for root space and just nutrients, etc., etc. So let's get on with it, and I'll talk through it while I give you the tour. All right, catch you in a second. All right, everybody. So, quick update. You can see that these haven't grown taller. However, they've got the calyx. Let me move this leaf. The calyx are growing a bit bigger, and we've got the Brussels sprouts growing a bit bigger. So they're getting bigger. I might remove the tops of these so they can focus more on root growth. So say the bulb growth. Now look, I can see something there. I don't know what that stuff is, but you can see there's some damage to the leaves. Something's eating at this. So let's pull this leaf off and see. I'm just going to pop this head off quickly. No, I'll do it with a blade in a second. But something's eating away at this leaf. So either something's got in there. Let's see. These are the purple sprout and broccoli that I harvested. They're not doing too bad. But I got a feeling something may have got in. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Last time I did see something, and here it is. See, there we go. Look, I don't know how these have got in. Wow. Okay, so my calabrese look like they've got a lot of damage. Can you see over here? So I don't know whether it was when I took off the netting to make this frame, because I took off the netting to make this frame, and basically the day before that I think I left it off, and then someone gave me advice saying there's still butterflies out there. So we've got an issue over here. Where did that fall? So I'm just basically going to pick these off in a moment and just get rid of them. But now I don't know whether this whole thing is contaminated. Probably is. You can see they've been doing their business. The only problem is it's going to be hard to find them all. I'm going to have to pick through these. I don't know if this are the eggs, because usually when I see butterfly eggs, they're yellow. If anyone knows what these are, let me know. I don't know all my caterpillar species or butterfly species. I know there's plenty of them. But you can see these have been all eaten from the top. But I'll go through. I've got to plant the garlic, because I've had a harvest from this. I don't mind if the calabrese gets taken. Ideally, I want my calyx to be left alone. And the only thing is, if I cage them in here, I've created a habitat for them with enough food. But I don't know really whether I should do anything. What's happened to these? I see, like that, because they've just dried up. So I've not been here watering. It's like rust. It looks like I've got rust on the beetroot over here. I've got a feeling this is a garlic bulb. I don't know. Yeah, it's a garlic bulb, but I don't want that there anyway. So yeah, look at that. The beetroot looks like it's got rust in it. That's not a good sign. But I chuck these here anyway, just for the sake of putting them here. This is not where I plan to do my beetroot. That beetroot looks like it's going to get some rust on it. But yeah, that's this bed for now. what I'll do is obviously I'll continue with the tour, and I'll come back and I'll go through this and get rid of any leaves like this, just in case there are eggs. I've got a feeling there are. But yeah, that's a shame. Again, though, I think this is my fault. It's not a problem to do with the actual netting. Nothing should have got through. So we'll go from there. We'll just deal with it. I'll deal with it anyway. All right, everybody. So let's have a look at the fire. So this is the place where I did the bonfire last time. And basically, it seems to have done all right. But the only problem is, if you look there, is the main trunk of it all is not gone. So I think I'm just going to have to chip away at it. But I'm still going to be happy if I've got rid of the most of the wood and the growth. The growth was the main thing. So I wanted all the shoots to stop coming out. That was the big issue. When I've killed it off, I'll chip away at it slowly. I'll use my chainsaw, mini chainsaw, which is not kind of made to deal with all of this. But if I chip away at it slowly, and I can just get it to level, then I'll either create a mini raised bed over it. Maybe I can do that. Make a mini raised bed over here, cover it up, and then that can decay over the years. So maybe I'll do that instead. So that might have to be another plan. Yeah, I could do that, just like I've done over here with the raised beds. Can you see? So I'll do that. And then we can just create a little board around, and that should deal with it. All right, so let's talk about these. Look, this is what I meant by something keeps coming and doing that. Probably a fox. So I've got some more tiles. They're over there. Got some more tiles, and I'm gonna basically reinforce it. So I've not been for a couple of since last week, since I've been ill, and I've what's it called, damaged my rib, so I can't really do much. But let's have a look at this actually, since we're here. So I'm gonna quickly pop this off and let's have a look, because this one I'm gonna basically take this one off and I'm gonna put that one on because I've got more and I've got a feeling that they will fit, so I can swap them over and interchange them. So let me just quickly take these off, and then what I'll do is I'll show you the actual growth and what's going on, and we'll deal with that. As you can see, I've taken it off there and I've taken it off there. But let's have a look. So I've got bits here where you're starting to get, this is clumps of old earth. It's kind of getting moss on it. Let's see what's growing. So I don't think I had anything in this bit. Oh yes, I did. I had a few bits here, but something seems to have eaten them off. And these were the kind of the seedlings that got eaten with by the caterpillar. I can't even speak. By the caterpillars. So they got eaten by the caterpillars, and they were kind of surviving. But there's not much growth on them. There's still, some of them have survived, and some of them haven't. You can see there's some sort of growth on here. Not too much. I was expecting a bit more, but still, I think these are the kohlrabi. Can't remember. Got a few weeds here. So what I'll probably do is I'll weed this bed. And I wasn't too fast because I just want to see if they'd survive. I had no expectations from this bed anyway. So if something comes out of it, well done. If it doesn't, it's not a problem. Focusing on Elijah this year. So it's more important that I actually raise him well and focus on him. But at the same time, I've got to put my effort into this as well. So there's always healthy, sustainable food at home. Now, like I said, I had problems with this. So I thought I'd have one solution, and it caused another problem, which was something kept digging in to get to the wood. Probably because they want to make a home on their nest. It's probably a bird or a squirrel that want to just chew at it. But basically digging holes into the nets. But now I can't remember what's planted where. Certain things I can tell. So I know that these 2 lines are supposed to be radishes. Well, these 4 lines are radishes. So I'm going to basically thin them out. When the net got broken, something dug up here, the fox probably dug up here. So that's why you can see there's not many seedlings surviving here or doing well here. But you can see I'm going to need to thin these out. If I can, I'll thin it out. And then if there's still a root, I'll bring it over here and plant them in there. Let's see how that goes. Can't remember what this line was. You can see there's something growing on this line. I'm just going to let it be. Now here's the pak choi red. They need to be, you can see they're very overpopulated right now. So they need to be thinned out. Just so there's space for other ones to grow. Probably do it like that, where there's one main one with enough space to grow. Look, all of these. I can take one out, let's see. I'll take it out with a decent root, so then I'll plant it like that over here, and then just let that one grow like that. If I can do that, that's not too much of a problem. Taking them out and then replanting them. So I'll do that later anyway. But you can see I've got a decent amount of growth. Got to get onto my weeding. A bit hard right now, but got to do it. So this was, if I remember, should have been pak choi red, pak choi green stem, pak choi white stem, and then it should have been cabbage wongbok. 1 or 2 lines. Now looking at the leaves, that's definitely cabbage wongbok. I think it was too late to plant them anyway, but again, I want to use the space and see what would happen, because I was going to just cover these anyway with some landscaping fabric. So if I get anything from them, that'll be all right. Now I can't really do nice thinning with these gloves on, so I'll come back to this after and I'll thin these out. But yeah, I've got seedlings at home as well that I might plant in. I've got my spring onion seedlings, so I'll probably thin this out. And then I've got pak choi again, all of the pak chois and the spring onions. So I'll go into them and I'll plant them in. But as you can see, look, I've got some trimming to do here. These carrots, I don't think I'm going to grow much more. So I might just harvest them as baby carrots now and just take them home. Let's see in this one. Yeah, and some of it's died off anyway. Let's see. Still a decent amount of carrots that come out. They're all right size, like baby carrots. But yeah, this bed I planted spinach in, and that didn't go well at all. Again, I'm putting it down to, because I've done this before. I planted seedlings and had it with no problem. Either I've had bugs when they come in and they've just gnawed away at it, or they just didn't germinate here. So I'm going to do it from home. I prefer it when I plant my seedlings. I know I've put them in, so then I know if they disappear. But yeah, as you can see, even though this one was torn down a few times, it doesn't seem that anything's basically eating away at it. But obviously, due to the weather, there's not much growth. It should have been a lot more. Now, that could also be because I haven't thinned them out. So they're fighting and competing for root growth, root space. But yeah, still, something's better than nothing. So look at this, by the way. Moving on. So I've got artichoke flower. That's beautiful. Have a look at that. Now those two should flower. But yeah, remember in a couple of videos before, I planted this. So this is what the artichoke looks like when it actually flowers. Because obviously artichoke is a flower bulb or flower head or fruit, whatever you want to say it. But they flower. I've never seen it like this, obviously. And I think this will turn into seeds afterwards. So let's see. I'm not sure. Obviously never done it before. Anyone in the comments, let me know. But I'll keep them. Cosmos is dying out now. And then all of the seeds should be in here. Let's pull this off. But I've collected them there. You can see the seeds in there. But obviously I've collected them already, dried them at home. So you take them, you dry them at home, and you'll see the seeds. They'll open up actually. So what ends up happening is they kind of dry up and they open up and they sprout out like that. So this section is where I had that big box. And let me go to the other side and come around and show you. So I had that big box and it took up all of this space. And you can actually see the imprint of where that box was. So I'm thinking I'm going to put these two there, but I'm going to clean it up first. I'll clean it up and I'll put some landscaping fabric down with maybe 1 or 2 holes, like put some holes in it, and so that worms can come in and out freely and do their thing, but suppress most of these weeds as well at the same time. But I'm pretty sure there was bindweed here. There's definitely, what's this thing called? The bramble. So I need to dig that out. You can see, and there's one over there. Probably can't see it. And there's all this plastic and everything that I'm going to get rid of. Some carpet over here and some carpet over there that I'm going to get rid of as well. But yeah, so this area is going to be nice and clean, leaving me that area with something to do. I'm not sure where to plant my asparagus. This is going to be the squash again next year. So I've just left that how it is for now. Probably clean everything up with a broom. I like it nice and neat. But look, this is where I wanted to do the asparagus. And because of that, I think I'm going to have an issue. So I think it's going to be a raised bed instead now. I'll just basically put it there, raised bed. Maybe I grow it in the raised bed, the asparagus, while that rots away. And do that. Could have the asparagus along here. Let's see. There's so much to do. But I'm still happy. You know what? There's always negatives and everything. I'm still happy with how it is. If you remember, if you've been following my journey, this was literally a mess before. So from where it was to where it is now, there's progress every year. But on to the final bit is this. This is where I'm going to plant the garlic. So I'm just going to quickly de-weed it, and then I'm going to plant. I've got 100 bulbs. So let's see how many I can get in here, and then I'll plant the rest at home. So I'm going to hedge my bets, if that's the phrase. I'm going to put this one bed because of the white rot from last year. Put it in this one, and then I'm going to put the rest in at home. So then at least I've got a backup. All right, so I'm going to basically put on the time lapse for you. All right, everybody, so there you have it. Ribs starting to play up a bit more too, and I think the paracetamol is starting to kick off. But I managed to do my garlic, so there's 100 bulbs in there minus 1 or 2 that rotted away. I'm not sure if you can hear the lawnmower going off at the background, so apologies for that, but they're doing the baths. I've managed to swap these 2 over. That was not long enough. It was just shy, probably about 1 meter. So I couldn't get it all the way. I wanted to get it to that last bit over there, but that didn't happen. So I'm probably going to buy some at some stage, some more netting, but for now I don't need it. So I'm not going to kind of consume that money and expenditure where I don't need it. I'll probably look on Facebook Marketplace, come to you online and see if anyone has some blue MDPE pipe as well, because I want to, it's bothering me that everything's blue apart from that last one. But there's a big difference between the longevity of these. You know, I spent £40 on these, and I could have spent £25 to £40 on 25 meters of it. So that's a learning curve. Please don't make that same mistake that I've done on buying that. But we live and we learn, isn't it? So anything else to say? I went through the brassica bed and I picked off as many caterpillars as I could. I've taken off some leaves, but I've got a feeling I'm just going to have to keep coming back and checking for new caterpillars and picking them off and keep doing it, just like we do with the slugs. I will look into BT spray at some point and go on there. But yeah, like I said, Elijah having the newborn comes first and foremost, and just adapting to that really. I'm proud of myself because with that coming, with the newborn, I've been still able to keep up with my gardening. I've been able to harvest my vegetables and I'm doing my best really. And it's still possible. I can show you that it's still possible. Not up to my standards and what I'd like to get done, but then you're raising a family, you're trying to do all of these things. It's not an easy task, as you see, and I don't really cut anything out. What you see is what you get, and that's what I usually do on this channel. I don't try to hide away or shy away and show you the best stuff. And you'll hear me complain, because we always complain inside, but you'll also see me overcome each obstacle. When I complain, I'm just letting you know how I feel. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to deal with it or go and persevere. I'll always persevere, and you should always persevere through whatever it is. But it doesn't mean we can't voice our concerns and our complaints and our worries. But the lawnmower's coming back again, as you can hear in the background. I'm happy. There's always lots of wins. I really don't know what I'm doing with that root system. I'm thinking that I'll do a raised bed and basically go from there. Give me a second. Let that lawnmower basically go past, and I'll carry on talking. As I was saying, not sure what I'm doing with that root there. It's in the way. I think I'm just gonna chip away at it, like I said. Not with this rib, so I think I need to take a break. The only thing, there's too much to do. I need to recover, and first and foremost, priority, I've got work, so I can't be off. Kids need to be taught at school, and I'll take a break from martial arts, but I'll continue this because this is not too bad. Martial arts I can't do right now while this is damaged, so a couple of weeks off that, and I'll come here and I'll do little bits and bobs in between. It is so hard to force yourself out while it's cold. So it takes a lot of perseverance to come out here and do this. But once you're out there, like anything, get into the gym, once you get there, you warm up and you don't really feel it. So whatever you're doing, make sure you just turn up. Like I said, that's the phrase, whether it's martial arts, whether it's gardening, whether it's just going for a walk or going for any sort of exercise. It's really important to fit that in. All right, I think in terms of the allotment, I've got not much more to say. Let's see what happens again with all of this. I'm usually good with my summer seasons and not my winter seasons, so this is going to be a bit of a hit and miss. And I welcome as many comments as possible with advice, and just comment and let me know how things are going. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.